we want to make sure that they understand they've got to take a step, and we're going to take a step with them.
Okay, excellent. Now, there are some people, well-meaning people, of course, who bring food to the encampments. They bring clothes, they bring tents and other supplies directly to encampments. Is that the best way to help our homeless population?
No. The best way really to help an individual is to really donate and provide services or financial resources to agencies that are actually doing the reach out.
Okay.
At that point, you're only dealing with an individual who is in front of you. You're not dealing with maybe the collective community that may make up that encampment. But if you're providing food, you're also adding to the trash and some of the health and safety issues. Whether you're not, if you are not properly, using gloves, and if you're not properly preparing the food, you can also be adding to some of the medical issues that some of the individuals may face, or you may face later on.
Okay.
There are much more better ways for us to work collectively together. Most people you talk to in an encampment don't want to be on that piece of dirt at that time. They would much rather be in some kind of housed environment. And so as a community, if we can come together to figure out some resources and ways to house more people, that's far better than 5 or 6 of us going out there at separate times or together collectively and providing small meals to individuals, particularly when meals are just available just a few hundred feet at the Poverello House.
At the Poverello House,
Right.
You mentioned 3 meals a day are
meals a
available
day,
to
7 days a
anyone
week,
who requests it.
Correct.
So what you're really talking about is now the community coming alongside the agency partners that have already started to work together, more so than ever in the past.
Right.
And so what you're talking about is now bringing community groups alongside churches and individuals and organizations that want to help, but they think the best way is direct service. But what you're saying is go through the established agencies that already are working in that area.
Correct. There's a lot of things that some of these established agencies can do, but some of our money won't allow us to do some of the ancillary things. For example, under our homeless prevention and rapid rehousing money, it's an economic stimulus money that the city and county have received, we can't provide assistance with furniture or other supportive mechanisms,
Okay.
just housing assistance. And so we really need the community to come alongside of us, and we've developed a few community partners to do that, but we need more.
Okay.
When people understand that there is a process that is in place and you know where your dollar is going to, it's much better and a much greater feeling that you've provided someone some direct assistance. If you're looking to really talk to individuals who are going through things, volunteer at one of the establishments there, whether it's Poverello or the Housing Authority or the Rescue Mission or EOC. Volunteer. It's much better than going out on your own.
Excellent advice. Now, another activity that seems to be on the increase is the issue of panhandling at major intersections throughout the city. What's causing that to occur and expand so rapidly?
Really, the economic downturn. People are really out trying to make a buck somehow, some way. Now, some folks are truly in need, and some folks just realize that this is easy to do. I can stand on a very lucrative corner. I can make $50, $60 a day. It's much easier than doing something else.
Okay.
But we don't know the difference. So when you're at that traffic light or when you're driving down the street, you don't know who really is in need over someone who is just using that particular intersection for their own gain,
Okay.
or for to run off that median to run over to the next liquor store to get a beer. Okay. If you are contributing through established channels, you realize that that dollar that you've now given really can help more people. Many times, a dollar given to the food bank can stretch into $8.
Okay.
And so that's important to know.
You bet.
Versus that $1.70-something that someone may hustle up may immediately end up being the beer run to the nearest liquor store. And I'm not saying everyone is out there hustling for beer, but you just don't know. And you don't know the circumstance.
And do you think that the generosity of the people of Fresno who are giving to the panhandlers on the median islands and on the corners, do you think that may be expanding and perpetuating the problem of more folks doing that activity on our street corners?
Right. We are a very giving and caring community. Whenever there's an appeal locally, we come through.
Right.
And whenever we see someone in need, we attempt to come through. But sometimes, we are only feeding the problem and not solving it through solutions that are out there. And so it would be very wise if we began to keep that dollar and maybe tuck it in the ashtray. And then when you get home, pick up the phone and find whatever your agency that you want to provide some services or assistance to, make a donation to them.
Okay.
Or figure out ways through your church or your civic organizations to make a donation. And then that donation is bundled together to come to one of the agencies.
Okay, we just have a few minutes remaining. Talk about, again, some of those avenues, those channels where people can donate to an agency that's already working with homeless populations. What are some of those organizations?
Well, you've got Poverello House, you've got the Rescue Mission, you've got United Way, you've got the Community Food Bank, you have your local church or synagogue that you may attend. Your school site is a very good resource also that people don't necessarily think of, because there's always a child in need on your particular school site. And finally, I would say the Housing Authority is another good venue that people could make a donation to, and that donation can be used to help support an individual in housing.
Okay, very good. Greg, thank you for coming in and sharing this information. You're doing great work in the community, and I know it's a big job, lots more to do, and we'll have you back on a future edition to update us on the progress.
All right, thank you.
Thanks again. That has been Greg Barfield, the City of Fresno's Homeless Prevention and Policy Manager. And you can find out more about the city's efforts to address homelessness on a companion episode of Fresno CityVision. You can see that right here on this channel and also online at www.fresno.gov/cityvision. For Fresno CityVision, I'm Randy Reed. Thanks for watching.